Hello class, today we are going to start our introduction to electricity and electrical theory. The first objective we'll be talking about is what is electricity and what are the different kinds of electricity. First, electricity is the flow of electrons in a conductor. When speaking of agricultural electricity, the conductors will be copper wires that are insulated and run through the walls of agricultural structures. The electrons must have a path to and from its source, and this path is known as a circuit. Alright, in agricultural structures, each circuit will start and end with a breaker box that have neutral bars and ground bars inside of them. Various electrical devices are used as a part of the circuit. These devices are used for a variety of activities, such as turning electricity off and on, providing electricity to various lights or appliances, etc. These are your light switches, your outlets, everything you see in the wall of your agricultural structures. There are two kinds of electricity. The first kind of electricity is static electricity. Static electricity is made up of electrons that do not move. An example is the shock received between two people who touch after walking on woolen carpet in cold weather. The next kind of electricity is current electricity. It is made up of moving electrons. This is the type used in our work and daily lives, also the kind that run through the walls of our agricultural structures. Current electricity is in two forms, AC and DC. DC stands for direct current. Direct current flows in only one direction. It is usually generated by battery-based electrical systems and used in electrical systems of internal combustion engines or flashlight batteries. Next is alternating current. Alternating current reverses the direction of flow of current many times each second. AC is the type used in homes and factories and other agricultural structures. Objective 2. How is electrical service provided? Electrical service begins with a power source, which is usually a large generating plant with a system of lines to get the electricity to the user. A generator may be used in case of power outage, when a loss of power may result in the loss of life, crops, or other things. The materials needed to provide service include conductors and insulators. A conductor is any material that transmits electricity. Conductors are wires that are generally made of copper or aluminum. They are used to connect a source to a device using electricity. Insulators are materials which are not good conductors of electricity. They are used to confine electricity to the path from its source to the device being powered. Common insulators are rubber, plastic, and glass. Service is provided to homes, businesses, and other small users of electricity by 3 wires from a utility pole. 2 of the wires are hot, each carrying 120 volts for a total of 240 volts. The other wire is neutral and provides the return path for the electricity. These wires are connected to a service entrance, which is where the electricity enters a building. A meter is used in the service entrance to measure the amount of electricity being used. The service entrance is grounded with a wire connected to a ground rod driven several feet into the ground. It is needed to provide a return path to the ground and to carry away stray electrical current out of the system. Your service panel follows the meter and it houses the circuit breakers for the system and is used to distribute the power to individual circuits throughout the system. Circuits are formed by wires, appliances, and other devices. It is necessary to have at least 2 wires to have a flow of current. One wire, known as the hot conductor, carries the electrical current from the source to the device, while the other wire, known as the neutral conductor, provides the return of the electrical current. Circuits with 2 wires are known as 120-volt circuits, and those that use 3 wires are 240-volt circuits. 120 volt circuits are used for common uses such as lighting and appliances. 240 volt circuits are used for equipment and appliances with greater demand such as clothes dryers, electric ranges, and heater or air conditioners. Alright, objective 3. What are the various terms that are important in understanding electricity? Voltage is the pressure in a circuit that causes the electrons or current to flow. It is sometimes referred to as electromotive force, or EMF. A volt is the unit by which electrical pressure is measured with a voltmeter. When electricity must be carried a long distance through wires, there will be a decrease in voltage, referred to as voltage drop. Amperage is the amount of electrical current flowing past a point in a circuit. Amperage is measured with an ammeter. Okay. Watts or wattage. Watts are a measure of electrical power. Electrical power is work being done by current amperage under pressure voltage in getting the electrons through the resistance of wires and machines and back to the generator. Units of 1,000 watts are called kilowatts. The relationship between watts P, amps I, and volts E is P equals I times E. Resistance is the tendency of the wire to resist the flow of electrons or current through the wire. Electrical resistance is dependent upon size, length, and the material of the conductor. Smaller diameter wire will have more resistance than larger. The longer the wire is in the circuit, the more the resistance. Silver, copper, and aluminum wire offer the least resistance to the flow of electrical current as compared to other metals. Resistance is measured in ohms. The relationship of ohms R, volts E, and amps I is E equals I times R. Phase. Phase is a time source of electricity through a conductor. Single phase is current from one source with 3 wires, one hot, one neutral, and one ground. 3 phase is actually 3 single phases combined. The 3 are combined to give equally spaced peak voltages. 3 hot wires and a 4th neutral wire, or just 3 hot wires, may be used depending on the system design. Okay, now it's time for a review. Explain electricity and the kinds of electricity. Explain how electrical service is provided. Define the terminology used in electrical work.